Mechanical Shakespeare Improvised present The Tragedy of Abigail. Huzzah!
Oh, I see you're back at your needlework.
I am. If Lady Abigail is to get her wedding dress completed, then I am to finish this stitching.
Oh, indeed. 'Tis a dress, they say, that will pave the way for many great seamstresses in the future. Such stories are told of your craftsmanship.
Oh, well. You do not get to be head seamstress by sitting about not doing a needlework day and night.
oh, never a truer word was breathed in this hallowed hall of seamstressery.
Oh, you've even given our home a name. That's quite nice of you.
Oh, indeed.
Oh, but Lady Abigail, she must have a needlepoint just so, and she knows that I am the one to deliver such a thing.
Oh, yes. I'm sure you heard what happened to the last seamstress. Right off the top of the castle. Right down the cliffs.
Right.
Into the wash.
Yes.
Broke on the rocks.
Right. 'Twas a sad thing. I did so like my mother.
Indeed, she was a strong woman. Well, I mean, she was a strong woman.
Wasn't strong enough to survive crashing against those rocks, though.
None could.
No,
not the tanner, not the old stable master. No, many men and women have died from those terrible cliffs and going off the top of the castle for upsetting the will of our good
Lady Abigail.
Lady Abigail.
And to think that was just for her christening dress.
Oh, indeed.
I've never seen a little baby throw anything that hard or that far.
Oh, yes, I think that's when it started, right? When she was a little child.
It's
pushing
true.
and throwing and tantruming.
Truly, so many have died in her service. Do you remember her 8th birthday?
Oh, the caterer right out the window.
The cake wasn't high enough, she said.
I can't see over it, but I don't want to be able to. That's what she said. It made no sense.
Such a contradictory one, Lady Abigail
It
is.
was neither too high nor not high enough. Well,
she will have what she will, but now that she is to be married, let us hope that may temper her disposition just a bit. Of course, Lord Abernathy surely has a job ahead of him as a husband.
well, he's Welsh. So I'm sure it'll be fine. They say Welshmen are honest.
And jovial, truly.
Indeed.
I have not heard such a laugh before in my life.
A big belly of a laugh, like a ho, ho, ho! Like a man who might deliver you a present.
No such man would deliver me a present.
No. When I think of him, I think of jovialness and a spirit of holiday.
But Lord Abernathy, truly, if his jovial disposition cannot calm my lady, I do not know what will.
Well, there's one thing for certain. Her hot-headed brother will not.
Truly. If there were ever 2 acorns plucked from the same tree, it was them.
Practically twins. What? That they were born 10 years apart. Unbelievable.
Yes.
He being still so young and so ferocious. Well, I better
Little
get this back.
Lord Fauntleroy will have his way, as is custom.
Little Fauntleroy.
Not so little anymore.
Well, I'm to get this down to the linen room. Would you like to get a peck? A little bit to eat?
I'm sure she can wait on this dress for but a few more moments. After all, I've lasted this long.
That much is certain.
I know this dress shan't be to my liking, for there was never such a dress that was so important to a maid, and I know this one shall disappoint. I have told Lady Seamstress time and time again that the dress must be light as air, and it must stick out at least 10 feet from my very hips.
Yes, sister, you put too much upon your poor servants.
You pretend to know what it is to a woman to be married, and you do not.
No, I know not what it is like to be a woman. I am a man. I am of a higher order.
And you know not what it is like to be married either.
No, I do not.
Indeed, who ever heard of a 30-year-old man unmarried in England?
That I am stewarding these lands. You have name, but I have the business. That I must see to the lands, that I must see to the taxes, that I must dispatch masons to fix roads, that I must dispatch soldiers to protect against brigands.
Indeed, it seems to me this town needs very little stewarding. As soon as I walk down the streets, everyone scatters.
Aye, they do. Fear is effective. You wield yours unconsciously. I am mastered swordsman, and thus use it to pierce the hearts of lesser men who come before me with trivial tasks. You are ablaze in the woods, and thus do the small creatures of tiny mind and low influence scatter before your majesty.
I care not for your barrage of words, and if you do not leave my quarters immediately, I shall fetch a guard to beat you.
Ah, yes. That those guards' pockets are well lined by my coins. I shall leave you to your night, for soon you shall be with husband, and be problem of mine no longer.
I do think to bribe a man is the worst sin of all. Enter.
Oh, my lady, I have your dress.
Oh, Mistress Martha, it is lovely.
Truly, I have worked both day and night on such a hem, and you will notice the fine needle point around the neck. Your husband, Lord Abernathy, shall truly be pleased by it.
'Tis as I very pictured it. Except for one thing.
What would that be, miss? I did everything as to your specifications.
Yes, I'm sure you did, but it has not that marital glow.
My lady, you shall add a marital glow once you are in the dress.
No,
and verily,
powdered gold shall add the marital glow. I want to be sprinkled with it on my wedding day, and as I walk down the streets, my gown leaves behind a trail of gold, so that all the poor people shall know that I have the most gold.
my lady sorry, that's your brother's name. My lady Abigail, most people do know that you have the most gold in all of the kingdoms. They know it truly, for you live in a castle lined with gold.
Indeed, it is gold I took from them.
Truly, my lady, but the golden shimmer shall be given to you by your husband's eyes, especially on your wedding night when he does take the dress away from me. As it is, perhaps gold is a bit too much.
A bit too much. You speak your mind quite decidedly for my seamstress whose mother was recently murdered.
My lady, by recently that was your christening day. It was not so recent, my lady.
I have had less than 20 people killed since she was killed, so I think it to be rather recent.
My lady,
Hear you that, Mistress Martha?
I'm sorry, my lady, I hear nothing. If you are offended,
is there a window open?
Lady, all the windows are shut.
Well...
But, my lady.
Oh,
yeah, I've been here.
oh.
I did hear yelling, and generally speaking, that's when you'll be throwing someone. Do you need our services?
Oh, yes, please, this one.
Oh,
But my lady, I have served you faithfully.
Oh, I'll take the dress.
But my
Thank you.
lady, I have served you so faithfully. The dress, it is to your perfect specifications. Why?
Take her away, she has I never knew a spirit to answer before. I suppose I never knew a spirit either.
Where are you, brother?
Brother?
Brother's in the walls too. Where are you, brother?
Brother!
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 Spirits brothers?
The brothers too!
Two brothers.
I know not your countenance. Who are you?
Once lords we were,
Rulers together!
two brothers, lords.
None closer than us! Once we had our will on all men. All knew us and all feared us.
Well, I fear you now, so please tell me what you desire from me, that you may be gone.
Do not let the man fall.
The man?
He cannot fall. Don't let them slip and fall. He will be the first of the last. The first of the last.
Indeed, I shall let none fall, please. Please, away, spirits. If this be wedding jitters, no one has explained them to me properly. If my mother were alive, I would have her beheaded. And yet, I feel so alone. I am in need of counsel. I shall find my brother, and I shall make someone beat him.
Ah, my good new brother-to-be.
And my brother-in-law-to-be.
Ah, what joy your visit does bring to my heart that you will take my sister and thus make her your wife.
Well, 'tis my honor only, good sir,
yes.
and I do look forward to our partnership. For you make a great businessman in these parts, and
yes.
as you have probably heard, I do as well.
Yes, I have been told of the richness of the men of Birmingham. Strangers from the south, but nevertheless, I have heard good rumors of your skill with coin.
Well, the secret is, dear brother, we do watch our coin very carefully, and we make sure that every coin is accounted for.
Yes, it is important to have account of one's coins.
Indeed.
I did my best!
What is this madness?
It is something that I must see to. Await here. I shall return shortly. Sure he leaves not.
Right. The Lady Abigail hath surely charmed my heart, but there are strange whispers in these walls that do give myself a sense of fear, which I am not used to. By Jove, joy is all that I know, and I will consider myself blissfully ignorant of anything else I see.
My Lord Abernathy.
Yes?
Good God. Your sweet wife-to-be has just cast a man off the top of the castle. Not herself. Her servants did it for her.
Abigail. You
Indeed.
speak of the Lady Abigail, my future wife-to-be. You say that she is a murderer.
Nay, the servants were the murderers, but she, the mouth that fed the murderers. She's implicit. She's involved. She's part of.
Right. If I may interject, and it be not offense, we all usually about in a room wherever the lords do walk, for the murders of guests are so frequent.
Well then, I cannot stand for such outrage. For a wife such as this makes not a good wife, and, well, therefore I must be gone.
My lord, did I hear you say wife?
My Lady Abigail.
'tis a call I will shortly answer.
At once I perceived thee as a caged canary who I must unlock with my key, but now I fear that thou art something else entirely. A woman with thine own mind.
Perhaps not a canary, maybe a cockatoo.
Well, a cockatoo does bite, does it not?
Well, if one has a beak. But don't people desire cockatoos for their fluffy, feathery manes, regardless of the sharp beak that they hold?
And now it is times like this that I remember why you first were able to lure me in with your silvery tongue. But, Lady Abigail, the whispers in these walls.
You've heard the whispers?
Well, yes, I've heard rumor
Oh,
your
yes, rumors.
wrongdoings. And I feel uncomfortable with such.
Good sir, I know not what wrongdoings you may have heard amongst the whispers of my castle, but I assure you I am but a maid. And as you know, a woman in my position, with no mother and no father to protect her, is often left to the whims of the world. And as a poor maid, I am as frightened as the next of what will become of my poor people. Do not desert me, my lord. This cockatoo needs to be free from the cage.
I could never desert you, my dearest sweet. And whatever wrongdoings I hear, from now on I will ignore them, for I know you are just a gorgeous beauty and can do no wrong.
My lady, I come bearing tidings that the players for your wedding feast have arrived.
Good sir!
They are eager to show you what they plan to perform.
Indeed, what do they plan to perform?
It is the most excellent tragedy of your late mother.
I like not that tragedy. I want to hear another.
I do not know if they have another.
Well, they should learn another. They have 2 minutes.
Do be reasonable, Abigail.
This is very reasonable. This is my wedding play, and it shall be exactly as I decree. Because I'm a bride.
That you are, my sweet Abigail. That you are. Bring the players forth and perform that which she wants to be seen.
Oh, yes, my lord. Oh, and you two. Please come, my lord. You see to the players, and I shall be with you anon. You best bring yourselves to the highest parapet in the tallest tower of this kingdom, and throw yourselves off of it, for that is your last and final chance, and if you choose not to do so, I shall find something far more creative for your end.
Well, Leopold, we had a good run, didn't we?
Good going, Marcus.
God, well, I was just telling him how it was. It wasn't... Yeah. But he talked. Yeah.
Up to my ear, resisted hearing the tragedy of our mother.
She has resisted hearing the tragedy. Peter, you are late.
I'm sorry, but need we so many costumes?
Of course. The costumes make the scene. The scene makes the play.
I thought the players made the scene and the scenes made the play.
Foolish boy, you know nothing of the theater.
Oh.
As it is, Our Lady does not wish to see the tragedy of her mother, although we have rehearsed such a thing. Now,
perhaps we could do the tragedy of her father. Just replace the names.
Peter?
Oh.
Hold, good player. That this boy is small and dull of wit is fair to be seen, but methinks in his babbling of words there is some brilliance, as a broken clock will tell the right time twice per day.
What did he say?
He said that your idea is a good one, boy. And
Yes.
although I usually disagree with ideas that come out of such a small skull, which undoubtedly houses such a tiny brain, I shall acquiesce to the learned actor. Good sir, if it is a tragedy of the father, then let us have it.
We shall play.
Yes. And in so you will play out the events of the death of our mother, and there shall she see, with new name that we shall call her different queen of
You're
foreign
not a
lands.
player.
No, clearly! This one, very, very small.
'Tis true. But of course, the role that is most troublesome, that has the most weight, is of the mother itself.
Aye.
In this tale, that is a very important part.
I'll
Yes.
play the mother.
Nay, such a feeble mind as yours.
Oh.
That I should be player.
Johnson, you may be a tinker during the day, but at night, when you strut upon these boards, you do tinker with our own hearts.
Oh,
I would that you play the late queen.
that I would be fabulous in shift.
Then it is settled. You shall play the queen. You, well, there shall be some part.
I shall be the candlesticks.
Ah, yes, the candlesticks which were used to bludgeon the father. You, good sir, the father.
Ah, yes, I shall.
And I shall, of course, deliver the prologue, the epilogue, and any other motions in between.
Why, yes, of course.
Well, shall we away then to this feast and show what we are made of?
Aye, we shall.
Away! Oh.
Peter.
I'm sorry.
Right.
The feast chairs are ready.
Is everything to your liking, Abigail?
Oh, most quite.
Well, good! Shall we feast then?
Indeed, we shall feast. I'm sure 'tis a wonderful feast, for the cook has taken my specifications to heart, or I shall take his to heart.
That is great to hear.
Ah, good sister and good brother, that I have joined the players for the night of revelry, thus my motley as such it were. Not to be alarms amongst my good sister, that I would give greatest performance actor could give, being I a man of learned intellect, and therefore superior to any player upon any stage, shall now play the great tragedy as gift to my great sister.
Indeed, your constant prattling shall come to your aid in this expenditure.
Aye, yes, perhaps that will bring some manner of joy to your new marriage, that you would find happy tidings in such a strong man.
Oh, brother, I pray you, when you are in the play, try not to spew liquid from your mouth as many of the players do. It is most distasteful, and if you do it, I shall have to treat you as I do the other players who do so in my presence.
That I shall go with thirst.
I could imagine no greater gift from your brother. It begins.
And now we tell the tale of our late king, who died in such an end that we shall see.
A tale of death. I hope these spirits do not appear once more.
And may such fear to your heart bring. And now I shall let the actors be.
Aye, Daenerys, what a beautiful day for us.
Aye, that I am queen of these lands, and such happy and filled with mirth as good queens should be to their husbands.
And oh, how the people serve us well, and doth bring us much food.
Aye, that they, breaking their backs in labours in the land, do take their labours and put them upon our goodwill.
'Tis true.
Aye, has our name been brought such high standards to what ruling has been.
Aye, that I, a good husband, would wish to seek him into new fortunes, that I shall turn for a moment to grab said candlestick.
Ah, yes. I shall conquer many more lands for me and my men. My lady shall benefit from these, as she is the woman of my heart and the one of my eyes.
And thus, now as I, woman, Belial and deceiving as ever, shall murder my husband.
When shall there be bloodshed?
And oh, how I love
Strike down! I will thee!
'Tis most unlike a woman to kill her husband.
Aye, but my lady, it is said throughout many lands across the ocean still that your mother did murder your father.
God!
Yes.
Oh! Oh. And, please escort these players to my favorite tower that they may admire my collection.
We are to be rewarded for our behavior. The play is a success.
She means the one where we just push him off, right?
What?
The one that she asked us to jump off not 30 minutes ago.
What? What is this?
Come on, player.
Your hands off me that I am the queen's brother,
I'm sorry.
in player disguise.
You make a fantastic player.
Thank you.
And an even better lady.
My lady, we have romances as well. My lady!
No.
Indeed.
This is not fair. I brought joy to these people. No.
'Twould have been better for them to begin with a romance, as this is a wedding feast.
My apologies, sister, that I shall go and find new players to prepare better for thee.
I want not new players.
What will have thee then, sister? More bloodshed for thee?
Bloodshed.
Shall we lose more of our noble servants? Is this for what father has left this? Denied me crown, denied me power and land.
Stop yelling!
And to thee, given to thee, to throw men and
Hear
women
you not the whispers?
Nay, I hear only the madness that babbles.
Oh, the madness that babbles, 'tis you! For your mouth is ever wiggling and bleating, and the whispers continue. Oh, I do not
Abigail,
Oh,
what troubles you?
She
'tis my brother! He has tormented me these many years, and as you are my husband, you shall defend me!
Let us go. Let us return
No!
to the bedchamber.
No! No! No!
What would you do, sir? At her bidding, strike me down like a dog who has wounded leg?
Abigail, what would you have me do? For I would do anything for your love.
I would have you save me from this tortured cage!
You have driven her mad. My lover, Abigail, your sister, is losing her mind. And it is because of you, brother.
You seek quarrel with Arn, boy, that you come into my house thus?
I did not come thus seeking quarrel, but I will not reject it now that I see Abigail in such a manner.
Fair. Well, come then, sir. I will have an ounce or two of this blood from you. That is so
Who shall be the first of the
that comes
last?
to steal this land from me? That was mine by right?
I did not come here with that intention, good sir. But I will take your land, for you must not rightfully own it. Abigail has been maltreated.
Aye, what does a woman know of ownership?
Stop your prattling and fight!
Hand me a sword, servants!
I've heard much of how the Welsh are strong of arm, but never had I believed it.
Well, now you shall know, sir.
My skill has never been with blade, but of coin, but if this is your manner, I shall have it.
More prattling, are you courtly ladies?
Strong sword, made of rare iron found in the Balkan Islands. This should be sufficient.
Nay, not the Balkans, but the Isles of Man. You can tell by the marbling of the iron oxide.
Were I gifted with iron, I would
History and
slay them
blacksmithing.
both
Ah,
to
yes,
stop them
many
now.
history of life, yeah.
And this was crafted
For my father before his death, yes.
Oh, very interesting.
Yes.
Shall we
Yes, now,
continue?
yes.
Is this what you have of Welsh arm, of strength? I am a coin keeper, sir! And that you cannot test metal with me?
Oh,
Please.
I shall, and I shall strike you down.
Oh! That you come this way, sir. I shall have the announcement.
Oh,
Very well.
Whence come you, mistress?
This arm of mine grows weary, but I shall have some ounce of blood from thee before it is time.
Wherefore do you follow me? Are these walls ever whispering?
What is your wish, princess? Who shall be the first or the last?
Shall I strike him down, mistress, your weak brother?
Indeed I cannot, who is struck.
Not so weak with happy anger.
Oh! And yet had I the choice, I would have chosen my brother!
The sword is a weapon for a man of foolish nature who fights in open field.
Came here I seeking love and partnership with a beauty such as yours, and now I leave with a wound such as this.
You are your brothers now, and only you can end such a strife.
No!
Guard.
Throw him off the...
Yes.
No!
But first, this dagger here that has pierced this man, is that not the dagger of a woman? Such strange jewels upon such flighty hilts. Methinks, sir, that my sister has murdered her new husband in a fit of madness. Take her, sir, take her to the darkest of our dungeons.
Of course.
No! No! These servants shall not obey you! For I have as much right or power as you! For I am a widow!
Of your own making.
You are no brother of mine! Indeed, I know what the spirits say, and you shall be the first of the last! You shall! You shall be the first of the last of our line! And you shall not keep your position!
Right off the top of the tower, right?
No, nay. She is still our sister. Have her taken to dungeon.
Oh, I meant this one.
Oh, yeah. Servants, here's to that.
Lift with your knees, not with your back.
That's good. This way?
Here's to that.
We have many towers.
What jolly madness is this that I hear the wind when the air is still outside? What are these voices I hear?
Son,
Mother?
my son,
That I had caught my sister's madness.
my son.
Mother! Nay! Thou died. I was sure of it. There
Thou
I
shouldst
stood.
know that death is no end for one such as I. Yea, I still clutch the very candlestick which was so dear to me in life. And as it is, my dear son, thou dost know what thou art sent to do. To rule, my son. There have been brothers and sisters all throughout our line, and yet only one has ever gone on to continue the lineage. Such a strong fabric woven through time.
Hi, Mother.
My son, this candlestick, truly, its gleaming metal glistening in the sunlight, the red running in rivulets down the very center.
Father.
His lifeblood in your hands, as it was in mine, as your sister's shall be,
Good
my
sir.
son.
Your sister is locked up and secured. What are we to do?
see to her. I shall see to her personally. Retire for the night, good guardsman. I know what unhappy work must be done.
Yet alone. With no one to give instruction to. No one to send off the tower.
First of the last. First of the last.
Indeed, you have been whispering to me for 3 hours now. Say something else.
We warned you. You're pretty plain
Don't
about
let him
it.
fall! Obviously!
Obviously.
You let him fall!
That was your mistake.
I do not make mistakes. My brother makes mistakes.
Your brother! We brother!
We brother.
Mistakes, brother!
Mean you to say you are my brothers?
Oh, brothers!
Brother.
Dead now!
Long past before your time.
Falling! Always falling!
Falling.
He was to change your fate!
He was to lead you.
Oh, a new path, but now the last to fall.
The fall.
You quiver quite like a feather.
Yes. For I bear the weight of purpose. Duty. That was mine always. Never yours. I know what now must be done for her. But they must be born. Cowardly I may be, but burdens must be borne. I would you would not look at me.
Can you not look into the eyes of a woman as you stab her with her own dagger?
I was never one for blood. That was you.
I'll do it. Come on, man, I'll do it. Good Lord, I've seen your sister kill many men, and it hurts my heart. To kill her would be no problem.
You would not let a servant kill a queen.
I am a good knight, lady.
Yeah.
Well, you're as much a servant as any.
Sir Pendock
Yes.
of the Umberwood.
Yes.
See the sword and the bow.
20 years!
Yeah.
I've sat behind you and watched you push many a man off the cliffs.
That I thought was it my sword and responsibility, duty, and honor to slay thee now, but the good Sir Knight here shall take it away.
All right.
Indeed,
Hold this.
Okay.
he shall stab me, but he shall be blindfolded. 'Tis my dying wish, and you shall know with mine own
Hast thou blindfold?
handkerchief,
Oh, okay, handkerchief.
which my seamstress hath excellently embroidered for me.
Before you killed her.
And were she here now,
Because you killed her.
had she not been pushed off a tower,
By
you.
she would not slay me with this dagger.
She would.
She would. Absolutely.
I am a cockatoo and a king.
Yeah, just.
No, no!
Too much talk in this family, really. You and her both.
Sense
No
of the
offense.
drama I had. A gift from my mother.
Indeed,
Oh, thank you.
Albert.
you have gifts from our mother. that glib and oily art, where you give speeches, and yet I see you quiver in your boots, for you had not her courage nor her strength,
Do you have a second dagger?
such as I have!
Oh! Right in the liver! Oh!
Indeed, I was first of the last. 'Tis just as well.
Just gonna...
It happens like every 20 years. I honestly,
Oh! Oh! That the life does pour from me.
Shut up!
You shut up!
Yeah, I would have stabbed her.
Huzzah!